You might have heard what happened in NYC the other day, in Union Square to be more specific. A shitload of teenagers showed up and caused a lot of chaos because a streamer named Cenat was there, giving away PS5s and other electronics. It was a whole fucking mess. There are people jumping on top of vehicles, hurling objects, even getting into fights with one another. All of this for one object that they can live without. I know he was giving away other electronics besides a PS5, but come the fuck on, most of them were there because they wanted a PS5. But besides that, they were also there because they were within the vicinity of a famous streamer. I've said it before on this channel, but I'll say it again, I have never understood celebrity worship or influencer worship to save my fucking life. They've made content you enjoy. There is no problem with appreciating them for making the content that you enjoy, because obviously the kind of media you like makes an impact in your life in some kind of way, but they're not God. They're not some kind of higher fucking being just because they made some media that you enjoy, and they are certainly not worth getting arrested over, which is what happened to dozens of people who attended this event. And Kai himself got arrested. Law enforcement claims that he incited a riot. And you know what? I don't really feel that bad, because he never bothered to get any permits prior to this event, so there was no crowd control whatso-fucking-ever. And when you're a content creator, you're typically in tune with the kind of people who watch your stuff. And I'm sure Kai knew that a large chunk of his audience, if not the majority of his audience, are minors. So when you have a large, unsupervised meetup where hundreds of minors attend, that's just asking for a fucking disaster. Look, I know it likely wasn't Kai's intention to spark chaos, but it still happened, and he at least shares 50% of the blame, the other 50% of course going to his fans who can't control themselves to save their fucking lives. And in the wake of this event, there's been a lot of discourse surrounding it, and I've been seeing a lot of fans of Kai go into damage control mode and say, but he's not a bad guy, he couldn't have known this would happen. And I also saw one fan of his share a video on Twitter of him helping out a fan during this event that was struggling to breathe. And in their post, they said something along the lines of, how could you hate a guy who cares about his fans this much? Okay, cool. That fan who had a health emergency at an event that had no safety precautions installed at all would not be having said health emergency if they were not at that event to begin with, or if, you know, this event was actually adequately planned. The safety of his fans was not taken into consideration, so that is why I think that Kai is dumb for going about this event the way that he did. He may not be a person with ill intention and wants to see his fans get hurt, sure, but he still put his fans in a dangerous situation, and has no fucking awareness whatsoever. His content, the little I've seen of it at least, I never even heard of him prior to this event, appeals to the exact kind of people who showed up at this event. It's loud, it's obnoxious, so it's perfect for rowdy teenagers. So how did you think an unregulated event with hundreds upon hundreds of rowdy teenagers would go down? Well, exactly how this event went down. I know Kai himself is still relatively young, he's like 19 or 20 I think, but you would think given how large he is, there would be someone in his ear saying, you know what, maybe this event is not a good idea, maybe you should get some permits because look at the kind of people you have in your fucking fan base. But alas, I guess he doesn't have such a person in his ear, but he sure as hell should get one. Same thing with any other streamer who wishes to hold a similar event to this. So I don't want to hear any fucking excuses for this guy. He should have known that holding an event like this, unregulated, is a recipe for disaster. He is an adult, capable of making his own decisions, and in this case, he chose to make a really fucking awful one, so he does not get a free pass from me. But anyways, here's one more thing I want to address. In the discourse surrounding this situation, I've seen a lot of people say stupid shit like, this is the future, folks, this is Gen Z, humanity is doomed. Dude, these are teenagers. Teenagers! The age group that is known for being dumb, loud, and rowdy. I guarantee you in 10 years from now, all of the people who attended this event will look back at this and say, huh, what a dumb fuck I was back then. I guarantee you if smartphones and social media existed 50 years ago, when the boomers were our age, we would see no shortage of videos of them, from that age, acting stupid as fuck, just like all of the people who attended this event. It turns out when we live in a world with billions of people with cameras in their pockets, we're more prone to seeing videos of people doing dumb shit. Who would have fucking guessed? Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.